So go ahead and join me in a seat. And we'll get started with Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. So this is one of my favorite breaths to find balance in the mind and in the energy. So it's also known as opposite nostril breathing. And so what it looks like is breathing in through one side and then letting go through the other. And so you can join me by just resting your left hand in your lap. Bring the index and the middle finger together right in the middle of the eyebrows, so in the third eye center. And go ahead and take a big breath in through both nasal passages. Plug the right with the thumb, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Find a pause at the bottom. Inhale left. Pause at the top. Exhale right. Continue doing that on your own. Inhaling through one. Exhaling through the other. So this Nadi Shodhana, it's a good way to calm the mind and reduce fear and feelings of anxiousness. So it's called Nadi because our body, our energy we have multiple thousands. And these energy channels, so prana runs through these energy channels. Now we have three dominant, which is our left side, our right side, and then the center runs along our spine. So the left side is called Ida Nadi, and this is our lunar feminine side. This is our calm side, the side of us that helps us to get to sleep at night and keep that relaxed state of mind. And then the right side is Pingala Nadi, that's the solar, the masculine, that side of us that helps us to get up and get going in the morning, helps us to maintain passion and excitement in our new projects and endeavors. So when we breathe in and out of both nasal passages, it really helps us to find that steady, easy state of calm and energy. And so will you finish with your last inhale through the right side, release the right hand down to the lap and let go through both nasal passages. And then go ahead and just scan the body, maybe noticing how you're feeling now compared to when you first came onto the mat. And if you're just joining us, go ahead and just join us in a seat. And then we'll begin to get started with light movement. On the inhale, just lift the arms out and up. And on the exhale, drop the hands down by the side. Tap the fingertips to the earth. Tuck the chin into the chest. Inhaling, reaching out and out, reaching out of those shoulder sockets. Exhale, release, chin to chest, stretching the back of the neck. Do that just 3 more times. Let that breath move you. All you need to do is allow the body to follow that natural energy, life force energy, prana that exists within and around you. Hi guys, sorry I lost connection. As I explained earlier, I'm in the office, and so just a little bit of a different setup. So I'm using my data. I think this should work for us now. So if you're coming back, just as you were, palms together, heart center, and you might close your eyes and find an intention to guide the remainder of this practice. Maybe an intention of balance or steadiness and ease. And then together we'll bring our hands down, just coming into a tabletop position, big toes together, knees wide. And let's just take a few rounds of cat-cow, inhaling to lower the belly, lift the gaze up towards the sky. Exhaling to round through the spine, push the earth away with the palms, tuck chin to chest. Inhaling to rise up. Exhaling to fold in. breath move you. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold in. 2 more rounds just like that. You're doing great. In and out through the nose. This is a good time to begin to find a constriction at the base of the throat. So finding that Ujjayi Pranayama. Next time your back is rounded, hold there. Let the hips fall down towards the feet. Really actively pull the front of the mat towards the knees. Keep the navel pulled in towards the spine. Take 1 more breath into the back of the heart. On the exhale, drop down child's pose. Hips to feet, knees wide. Let that body fall right in between the thighs. Extending the arms along the ears. Actively walk the fingers closer towards the front of the mat. And then rest the forehead on the ground or maybe a block. And see if you can let the shoulder blades fall down the spine. So an active child's pose, looking to find length throughout the spine. And then inhale, rise up into your tabletop. Tuck the toes. We're going to lift our hips up and back for our downward facing dog. That upside down V. You might let the hips rock side to side. Checking that the fingertips are wide, that you're really taking up space on the mat. Maybe walking your dog out, bending one knee and straightening the other. Just doing what it is that your body is asking of you right now in this space. Maybe you take a few rounds of cleansing breath in through the nose, out audibly through the mouth. And then we'll begin to move. On your inhale, round through the spine, coming forward into a plank. And on your exhale, round back, coming into down dog. So inhaling to round forward, finding that plank with the shoulder blades over the fingertips. Exhale, round back, down dog. Hands and feet stay where they are. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, round that back. Inhale, coming into plank. Exhale, coming back, down dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. 1 more round. Good, inhale, come forward into plank. Let's lower our knees, flip to the tops of the feet. Chaturanga with chest, chin, butt stays up in the air. Hold this 2 breaths. Actively pull the elbows in towards the sides. Gaze right down to the nose. And then come onto the belly. Hands stay where they are under the shoulders. Inhale, lift up for just a slight cobra. Exhale, release down. So cobra flow in, undulating through the spine. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to gently release down. The forehead will tap last. 3 more times. Once again, just let the breath move you. Inhaling to rise. Exhaling to gently release the body down. Last round. Good, find that tabletop. Tuck the toes, down dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Let's take 3 big breaths here. Audible breaths of release, in through the nose. Let it go with a sigh from the mouth. 2 more. Last one. Bring the gaze forward. Big breath in. Exhale to either step or maybe jump feet to hands. Halfway rise, Ardha Uttanasana. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Spread the feet a little bit wider on the mat. Bring hands to elbows. Bend the knees deep enough so that the pelvis can just release the spine. And then gently sway the body side to side. If it feels safe, you can just really let the chin drop down into the chest. Let that head be heavy. Turning upside down, kind of reverting the effects of gravity on the body. Just letting that spine and head just hang heavy. And then come to the center and gently nod the head yes. And then shake it no. Release hands from elbows, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Arms come out and up, palms down, heart center. Back to that intention that you set, maybe balance, maybe steadiness and ease. See it, take a breath into it. And then let it go. One round of Sun Sal A. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway rise, plant the hands, step back into a plank. You can choose to lower your knees like I'm doing, or maybe find high plank. Chaturanga, elbows into the body. Upward facing, or maybe cobra. And then down dog. So choosing the postures that really feel the best for you this morning, in this moment. Recognizing that what you need now is going to be different than what you needed last week, than what your mind tells you you should need. Really just take what it is that your body is telling you is best for you. Take a breath in. Gaze forward, step or jump, feet to hands. Halfway rise, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale all the way up. Palms down, heart center. Tadasana. Hands to the heart, chair pose, also known as fierce pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, arms lift up, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Plant the hands, step back to plank, high or low. Chaturanga, elbows into the body. Upward facing or cobra. Downward facing. Moving with that breath, letting the life force energy just move through you. Big breath in through the nose. Let it go through the mouth. Inhale, let's raise that right leg up. Rotate the right ankle as you really spread the toes wide. And then rotate in the other direction. Pause. Inhale, lift the leg higher. Hips stay centered. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah. See if you can round enough to tap. We'll do that again. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to forehead. Can you tap the forehead? One more time. Inhale. Exhale to round and hold for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Step through. Rise up, high lunge. So that back left heel is going to be lifted. Arms up over the shoulders. And then we'll do one of my favorite heart openers. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, cactus the arms so that the palms are faced towards your screen. Inhale, lifting out and up. Exhale, really tie the shoulder blades together. Open that heart. 3 more rounds. Y'all are doing great. Just keep breathing. Last one. Good. Inhale to lift those arms up. Exhale, release hands down. Bring the left hand on the inside of that right leg. This is where a block can help so that you can find that link, that lift. If you don't have a block, just lift up on your fingertips. And then extend the right arm up towards the sky. Gaze can be directly ahead, maybe up to that right hand. You might choose to rotate the wrist, or maybe find easy rotations in the shoulder. Next time that arm comes along the right ear, pause. Just take one more breath here. Lengthen from front to back. Good, and then release the right hand down. Lower that back knee. Extend the front leg. Again, rising up on your fingertips. Maybe using blocks. If that's too much, then just lift up so that hands are on the hips. What we're looking for is extension through that right leg. So looking to stretch the hamstring. So as to help to release that right leg from the hip socket. So in doing so, we're going to let the right hip shift back ever so slightly. Maybe those hands come down. And then you might just stay here in stillness, or maybe you do a little flow with me. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to release heart and then head. Inhaling to round up. Exhale to slowly release down. So it's just like those cobra flows that we were doing earlier. Just undulating through the spine. 2 more. Good. Inhale to rise up. Shift forward, plant the hands, step back to plank, high or low. Chaturanga. Upward facing, really open through that heart, through that space where you embody that your highest form of love and connection. And then downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. That felt good. Let's do that one more time. Good. Left leg lifts in the air this time. Rotate that left ankle. Spreading the toes. Notice the sensation as it rises all the way up the leg. And then rotate in the other direction. Keeping the left hip centered with the right. Pause. Inhale, lift the left leg higher. Exhale, cheetah. Knee to nose. See if you can tap. 2 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to forehead. See if you can tap. Inhale, lift. Notice that it requires you to go slower. Knee to nose or forehead. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Step through. Set yourself up. Rise for high lunge. So once again, that back heel is directly over the back toes. See if you can activate through that back thigh, squeezing muscle to bone. Front knee over front ankle, not over the toes. And then we'll open that heart again. Inhale to lift arms out and up. Exhale to cactus. Inhale. Exhale to cactus, really squeezing those shoulder blades together. 3 more. Last one. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Right hand on the inside of that right foot. I'll switch this way so you can see what I'm doing. Now, the further away that right hand is from the foot, the easier that you're going to find in this twist. So I really like to find a deep twist through my navel center. So I bring my right hand closer to my foot. It's totally up to you. That hand can be all the way off the mat, really helping you feel just that bit of openness. And then choose what it is that you want to do. Rotate the wrist, or maybe draw circles on the left side wall with that right arm. And then extend the left arm along the left ear. Take one more breath, stretching from front to back. And then exhale, release left hand down. Back knee on the ground, extend the front leg, toes flex up to the ceiling. Once again, Fingertips can be on the either side of that leg, or if it's too much on the left hamstring, just, might be hard to balance, but just see about bringing your hands to the hips. Blocks are always good here. Wherever you are, maybe you find a little flow, but first shift that left hip back, finding that length, and then inhale. Exhale, release heart and then head. Inhale to round up. Exhale to gently release down, only going as far as it makes sense for your body. 3 more rounds of breath wherever you are. Just keep breathing. You're doing great. Inhale, rise up, shift forward. Plant the hands, step back to plank. Your version of chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing. Maybe lift that gaze up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. We have 5 breaths there. Choose to rest in that down dog or choose to come into a child's pose. Wherever you are, just come back. Come back to that sensation of being in your body, being in this moment, of noticing your breath and your heartbeat, noticing the support of the earth below you. Just noticing what it is to be. Just be right here. And then go ahead and come onto your seat. From your seat, we'll bring the sole of the left foot on the inside of the right thigh. We're coming into Asana, so another really great one to stretch through the hamstring. Hands on either side of that right leg. Really activate through the right leg. And on the inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale, walk your hands forward to that right foot. Use the breath to move you. So even though you're in a static position, see if each exhale can allow just a subtle, gentle release of the body forward over that right leg. If your hands are to the foot, maybe the left hand wraps around the inside of the left foot. Just take 3 more breaths, but go ahead and round through the spine. Just let the chin fall forward. Inhale, slowly rise up, and we'll just switch sides. So Asana stands for head to knee pose. Go ahead and lengthen. Once again, walk yourself forward, as far forward as that means for you. It could just mean a centimeter. It could mean that you're still upright. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter how far you go, but rather how it feels. So it stands for head to knee pose. But I like to think of it as heart to knee, because when we guide our heart towards our knee, that helps us to keep the long spine, which is what we're looking for when we want to release the hamstrings, which is the biggest culprit for low back pain, is tight hamstrings. And so you can notice the difference in sensation when you keep that spine long compared to, like we did on the other side, just eventually letting the head round over, letting the spine round. And in a way, just kind of letting go of that hold. When you round, you'll notice the sensations rise all the way up the spine, maybe into the back of the neck. Compared to when you're long, feeling it in the hamstrings and the low back. Inhale to rise up. Boat pose here. Both feet on the ground, hands on the back of the hamstring. And then choose to lift the feet up, maybe, and then maybe clasp the hands. And maybe with me you roll your boat, moving from one side to the next. Really think about pulling the navel to the spine as you lengthen through the spine. Continue for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We have one more round the boat. This time we're going to go low boat. Inhale to lift up for high. Exhale low. Inhale high. You've got this. Continue for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You can do it. Just keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work all the way down. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock side to side. Maybe take a big breath in and a big sigh out. And then bring the feet on the ground. We'll take a little twist. Shift the hips to the right, the knees to the left so that the right knee stacks on top of the left. Gaze up to the ceiling or over to the right side. Right palm down, right shoulder down. Just 3 breaths here. Noticing the spaces that naturally let go with each exhale. And then inhale, come back to the center. Shift the hips to the left, knees to the right. Maybe the left leg wraps around the right leg. Left palm down, left shoulder down, so twisting from the navel center. 3 breaths. Maybe you give a little wiggle to the jaw. Choose to soften between the eyebrows and the muscles of the forehead. Good, and then inhale, come back to center. Go ahead and find your rest, find that Shavasana. Extending the legs along the mat, palms face up by your side. Coming into that position where the body can begin to relax. The mind can begin to soften. And that spirit, your soul, your inner light, whatever it is you choose to call that energy within you, it begins to come alive. You might notice once again what it is just to be. Be here in this moment, in this amazing body of yours. Deepak Chopra teaches us that if you restore balance in your own self, you will be contributing immensely to the healing of the world. I ask you to take a breath in. And in that inhale, see your balance, feel your balance. On that exhale, trust it. Notice the support that you have below and around you. Gently begin to find movement of the fingers and toes. Eventually extending the arms up along the ears. And roll over either to your right side for energy or the left side for calm. Supporting the head with the arm. Noticing once again what it is to be supported, what it is to be in your body. And then slowly push yourself up to a seat. Palms together, heart center. Back to that place where we started, that place of intention. Maybe your intention was balance. Maybe your intention was steadiness and ease. Maybe it was something completely different. I ask you to see it once more and decide if you need to carry it with you for the remainder of your day. If you do, hold it close to your heart. If it's time to let go, go ahead and breathe it out. Leave it here on the mat. As always, the light and love within me honors and bows to the light and love within each one of you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste. I hope all of you have such a spectacularly balanced day. If you'd like to see more of this, just go on over to my Instagram page, Unite with Evan. Feel free to visit my website. I'm starting to post these videos on YouTube, so you can go and find that as well. They're called Flow into Yoga. What else? Yeah, that's it. Reach out to me if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions or comments at all about the flow of this practice. All right, thank you. I hope to see all of y'all next time.